Hi, this is Oasys. I'm Dre. This is my page. My baby is going to be showing you how to feed a dog raw. However, this is not to, don't take this as, how do you say?
I'm not qualified in any way. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't do that kind of thing. It's something I'm really interested in, but I'm not certified for that kind of thing. So do your own research. This is my research and what I believe, what I would do to feed my dogs raw. But do your own research. I'm not qualified for any of this kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, but dude, she just did a presentation and it was so cool. I recorded it. Her kid needs, well, it's okay. I recorded it, but it's gonna take time for me to edit it. But Oasys wanted to do a presentation for you, Slay family, on raw feeding. So take notes. If you have a notebook, definitely take notes. Hello, Lois. Hi, Julie. Ruth. Hello, Megan. I need you, Megan. Hi, Leslie Limon. Hello, Kiara. Okay, Oasys has the stage. Okay, baby.
Okay. So this is going to be about Jacob and what he would need in his diet. Jabib? He's over here.
Where is he?
This
Jacob, we're going to talk about food for you, Jabib. Oh, shake.
We're going to talk about you, okay? So this is going to be all about you.
Jabib, it's going to be all about you. Jabib.
Baby. Let's go and get my food album. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Hello, Wendy.
Oh, give me a second. You can make a comment.
Megan says, I feel like a proud auntie.
Aww.
Danielle, hello. She's amazing. You should be such a proud mama. I am. Y'all should be proud aunties, okay?
Okay.
And she will see the comments eventually, so.
Yes. So here's my presentation. I think I wrote everything down. So beginning, this is going to be a presentation on Jacob, and I quickly wrote out everything that he would eat if he was on a raw diet, how to balance it, and how much he would eat, and how to figure that kind of stuff out. Because I remember watching videos, they would tell you how to do it, but then I would kind of need, how do I do this,
right,
and then how do I do that. I need the tutorial for the tutorial.
Yeah.
So this is kind of something that would have been a lot easier if I knew someone explaining it to me. So first, we have here, his name is Jacob. He's an Australian cattle dog. He's a male, and he weighs roughly 70 pounds. So to know how much he needs to eat, there is a guideline. 2 to 3% of your dog's body weight is how much they eat in pounds. So the more active they are, the more they need to feed.
Okay.
The more food that they need to eat.
Yeah.
Jacob is kind of active, but he's more moderate. So he's not a working dog, and he's not a lazy dog that stays in all day. So he's kind of in between. So I think it would be around 2% he would eat. All you have to do is 2%. You can do it in the calculator. 2% times, and then your dog's weight. Jacob, he's 70, and that would be 1.4 pounds of food he would need to eat. And then you can just search it up on Google and convert that to ounces. So he would need 22.4 ounces of food every day. And you can just cut that in half for dinner and for breakfast and dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now over here we have they're actually going to be eating.
Okay.
So this is more in depth. Something really popular a lot of people follow is the 80-10-10 ratio, which is 80% muscle meat, 10% raw meaty bone, 5% liver, and then 5% other secreting organ. That's a really popular one, but it's really hard to balance off of that. And someone else, I really like her videos. I follow her on YouTube, and she talks about how this is a more accurate approach.
Okay.
Because you have to see the video, but it's a more accurate approach of how a dog would be eating in the wild.
Okay.
So first we have the 51% muscle meat. Muscle meat is basically any like offcuts, ground beef, chicken breast, chicken thighs, stuff like that. And it would be 50% of their diet, so that's pretty easy and simple. And then 25% muscular organ. This is very different from a secreting organ. A muscular organ would be the gizzard, green stripe, heart, or lung, things that work really hard. And doing like a variety of this,
Okay.
if it was like an 80-10-10, you could do like muscular organ in the 80%, which would be the muscle meat. But when you do it separately, it gives it more variety and more nutrients, and more likely it's going to be more balanced. Because we never know 100% sure if it's like completely balanced. So having variety is good.
Yeah.
Green tripe is really good for digestion. I feel like that's my favorite one out of the muscular organ. It's also the stinkiest, I hear.
The green tripe?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it your favorite?
On the website I see you can get grass-fed organic. It's like something my pet carnivore website. You can get it grass-fed and organic for a really good price.
Yeah.
It really helps with digestion, and then a lot of people say their dogs really love it. They say it's super stinky too, but
yeah,
it has to be one of my favorites.
I used to eat tripe all the time. That's what you use in menudo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And you have to make sure it's green tripe, because the tripe you'll buy at the store, it'll be white, and it'll be like
Not the same.
not the same. All the nutrients will be washed out, and it's pointless to feed it to your dog. So you have to make sure you get a green tripe, and you're not going to find it in your local grocery store because they don't allow people to sell it for human consumption. So you're most likely going to have to go like to a local pet store. Those are really hard to find, or just get it online.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have the R&B, which is raw meaty bone. This is any sort of bone. Something really important you need to know is that it cannot be a weight-bearing bone, which is like cow bones, a lot of the pig bones, lots of sheep bones, or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
The more bigger the animal, the bigger the bone, and that's your dog has enough pressure or strength to fracture their own teeth. So you really want to make sure you don't give them those kind of bones.
Okay. So don't wait. So you want raw meaty bone?
Yes, 12%
Okay.
raw meaty bone, and you do not do weight-bearing bones.
Not weight bearing bones. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think there's only like one part of the cow you can do. I don't remember which one it was, but unless you have a really large dog, stay away from all of that, all types of weight-bearing bone. You have to be really careful of that. For Jacob, the perfect thing that would be for him would probably be like a turkey neck. You don't want the bone to be too small that he can choke on it, like a chicken neck. That would probably be more suited for dogs smaller, but a turkey neck, or maybe even like chicken feet, stuff like that. That would be good for him. And then now we're moving on into the liver, 4%. This can even go to 2% if you're feeding beef or bison liver. Because of the high content of vitamin D, it can be dangerous if you're feeding too much of it. And other livers, you can also do other livers, but here's a list of the vitamins that are really hard to find in your dog's meal. And you usually have to supplement it with other different foods other than meat. And vitamin D is one of them. So feeding beef liver is one of the best things you can feed them because it'll count for that vitamin D. You just have to be careful because you have to feed less of it.
Okay. Hold on. If you're just jumping on, Oasys is giving us how to feed our dogs raw, even though we haven't actually done it. She's been doing months and months and months and months and months and months of research. And so she's showing you like how she's breaking it down, because whenever she was searching, she wished that she had something like this to help her. So she's doing this presentation for you.
Yes.
Because you guys are her aunties, okay? So give her lots of love. She's going to be reading comments, and we'll acknowledge comments a lot later because I'm having her continue this. I know, very smart babies. I know. Dude, they're so smart. Okay, let's go back.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. And Wendy says, you ate tripe, Dre? I'm not that brave. It's in menudo. I grew up. Yeah. I grew up like most Hispanic people grow up eating tripe. But yeah, no. Now, no way. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So if you're just jumping on, this is the stats of what Jacob would eat. he is 70 pounds, so this is based off of what he would be eating.
Okay.
So yeah, now we're moving on to the secreting organ. Secreting organ, again, is different from muscular organ. They're not the same. Secreting organs would include things like the brain, the kidney, the spleen, the thymus, and like the eyeball.
Okay.
I think the most common thing you could probably find would be like kidney. I see a lot of people, when people feed raw, it's usually like beef kidney or like beef spleen.
Okay.
You can also get like the more exotic things like an eyeball or a brain on raw feeding websites. They have specific websites for raw feeding your pet that are not for human consumption, and you can get those things on there.
Wow.
Okay, so this, I didn't include how much he would have to eat. So let's move on to here. This is all the nutrients that would more than likely be missing from this. It's almost always going to be missing, and it's good to have a supplement. Unless you're doing like a lot of things that have vitamin D, like beef liver, you would most likely not need to add something else that would need vitamin D, or like mussels and stuff like that. You most likely wouldn't need to add it. But vitamin D, that's usually missing. You can get them vitamin D by using...
Supplement?
Well, you can use a synthetic supplement, but I don't know. Just beef liver, I think that's what I'm thinking. Beef liver and bison liver, that's mainly the most what people use for it. Vitamin E, you can use nuts or seeds. You have to make sure you soak them first and then you puree them. And you don't want to do this too often, vitamin E from nuts and seeds, because it has a lot of calories and it can make your dog gain weight very fast.
Okay.
Manganese, you can get manganese.
Mommy, we have to leave very soon.
Okay, you can get manganese from different types of seafood. I think mussels is the most common one. Omega-3s, you can get that from fish. Mackerel and salmon, you can get that from, you can also get vitamin D from mackerel and salmon, so that's like a 2-in-1.
Okay.
Zinc, you use, I think mussels as well, and then iodine. There's not really any part of the body of like animals that has a lot of iodine, so you should use like a kelp supplement. Gotta be careful with that one too. Also, if you're not feeding your dog raw food or completely homemade, that's okay. But what I did learn is that you can 75% of their food can be balanced, like kibble, and then the other 25% can be other things. And you can replace that with even like a raw protein, like some muscle meat or fruits or vegetables and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, Hema said, brilliant, she's correct. I researched for my doggy too. Don't use chicken liver though.
Chicken liver. I haven't seen why you shouldn't use chicken liver. I personally wouldn't use it because it doesn't have that many nutrients that like beef liver could provide or other livers. I think it might be chicken liver too, but also pork liver. It doesn't have any sort of copper.
Got it.
No, I think it has copper, but it has more of a nutrient and something else that it cancels out the copper. So that's something I don't think lots of people like to feed. You can just do a copper supplement, or you can just not feed it at all.
Yeah. Lois, I noticed you're not a supporter either. Something may have happened, but girl, I was live for like 2 hours yesterday. It was so intense. Like I went to bed so hard. And now we are up and we are continuing day 2 of trying to get my life together. But we came to the library because we're having Bible study. Welcome to McCrae Bible Study. So we found this whiteboard and we're like, oh my goodness, we love it. Now we want to do all kinds of things. So then Oasys took over and she wanted to write down all of the stats for the doggies, and I recorded it, so I'm gonna edit it, but I didn't want to edit 2 videos, so I was like, you know what, let me go live, and y'all can just see her live in action, giving you the info and the deets and all the things that she knows. I hope she's planning on working with animals. Wendy says, Oasys is such an amazing young lady. I'm so proud of her. I'm in my 40s, and in some ways, I look up to her. She's pretty incredible.
Thank you, Wendy.
Lori says, wow, she is amazing. You can see she has a passion for the care of the fur babies. Very, very informative. Yeah.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely,
I
baby.
forgot.
Yeah.
So this is all the stuff that would go into his food and how much he would eat, but how do you actually put it? How do we know how much to put of what? So, so we figured out how much he needed to eat, which was 1.4 pounds or 22.4 ounces. So you're gonna take how much your dog is going to be eating. Jacob, he's gonna be eating 22.4 ounces, and you wanna times that by these percentages. So 22.5 times 51%. And then whatever that is going to be, that's how many pounds of this meat you're going to feed. And then pounds is kind of a big, it's bigger. I like to use ounces because it kind of minimalizes it, because he's not going to eat like a lot of liver. That's only 4%. And pounds, it's too big of a way to measure it. So I like ounces. And you're just going to do that for all these things. For using like fruits and vegetables and seafoods, I wouldn't really worry about that too much of like counting those calories. And you don't need to do any like percentages of that. You just have to learn how much you have to feed them with that.
Oh my gosh, Lori Wade said, I can see her coming out with a dog food line in the near future.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Yes, because Bella wants to do some type of like food delivery. She's going to start meal prepping for mom, and then Oasys could do meal prepping for the dogs.
Yeah.
Good job, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little presentation. We have 5 dogs. We do not feed them raw. So if you take any of that advice, just remember that we're like your next door neighbor. You know what I mean? We're not your vet. And so I wouldn't recommend just jumping in and feeding your dog raw just based off of this. So continue to do research. Ask your dog's veterinarian, you know. So that was wonderful, Oasys. Thank you, love.
Thank you.
Oh, and the person, who was it? They said there's too much chemicals in chickens.
That's probably sounds about right. Yeah.
Mrs. Nisi, as a teacher, I can see her with a bright future. So informative. You go, girl.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.